Good morning. Welcome to our weekly market update. So today I've got Jordan and Maddie with me. How are you guys?
Good, thanks.
Good, thank you.
Good, thank you. And our long extended winter continues. The last few days we've been still soggy and blowing away, so it looks like the spring market that normally is happening has to wait for a little bit longer. And buyers, even though buyers have been out and about, I believe this weekend, Jordan.
Yeah, well, surprisingly enough, no one got blown away except for us with our signs going on. No, it was quite active in a sense of people coming in through the office and also with some of our open homes as well. There was plenty of people around. So
Some big numbers at some of them.
Big numbers. I believe we had over a minimum of 17 groups through our property down in Glendevi.
Yeah, wow.
And then I think with one of our Main Street properties as well, had some pretty good numbers there as well. So highly activity at Signet.
You at Signet as well.
Yeah, over 6.
So, and the midweek one was 4 there as well. So
there's 10 there.
Pretty good numbers to go through quite a few this week. So certainly we must have had a dozen or 15 probably by the midweek ones and Saturday.
Yeah, so 15.
Opens this week. So lots and meeting lots of buyers out there at the moment, which is good. So so the weekend there was a few people around as well. So activity. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And it goes off too with the weekend as well. Like normally when it's this kind of weather, it's a bit of like, we're going to get people walking through. So, but just there's a bit of an incentive of it all. I had 20 property magazines out there at the front of the office, and all of them were gone by Sunday morning. So it sort of shows that there are people still looking around, and there is people still thinking about coming through. So.
And it's that transition period now where all of a sudden everybody can move house because their weekends were just got free for a couple of weeks at least anyway, depending. Well, the winter sports are sort of wrapped up, and
that's it.
The summer ones are sort of starting in a few weeks' time. So there's this whole
There's
sort of a gap, and then daylight savings will kick in a couple of weeks, and all this sort of thing. So it's generally a really prominent time of the market each year leading into spring is when everyone goes, feel like I've got an extra 10 hours in my day. The daylight savings changes sort of thing, and people start walking after work and different things like that will happen. So which means they can look at houses after work, and there's a little bit, they're not quite as busy on the weekend. So
that's it. But what else do you do on the weekend when in October when there's no sports on?
That's it. Buy a house.
Exactly.
So there you go, everybody. You can reach out to us over the next 3 weekends while you got a free schedule before the summer sports commence. So what's been happening in the rental side of things? We've got many people looking.
We do. I think a couple of instances where it just proves what we've been saying for weeks now or months now, that price is everything. We've got 12 properties online. The ones that are super popular, which is interesting, there's one in Jeeveston, 20 Hill Street. That's $450 a week.
Yes.
15 people that want to view that. And it's an older style property. Jeeveston isn't always super popular, but it's a price point that people are attracted to. So we have an open home for that tomorrow at 4:15. We also have 235 Helen Street that was listed probably only a week ago.
Yes.
And has already been leased. So we should be approving that process today at 4:50. So interesting. And they're two different properties as well. Helen Street's basically brand new in a unit complex, and Hill Street is an older style property, 4 bedrooms in Jeeveston. Just that price point is the magic number. So I thought that was really interesting to highlight. And we've also got 4 Brickcliffs, which is in Port Huon. That's a fully furnished property. It was pretty popular with the first open home last week. It has only been up 2 weeks, I think, and we should be approving somebody today as well. And that's a very similar price point. So,
so a lot of activity around in that sort of
mid fours. The magic number. So interesting to note if you can. I know not everybody can afford that. Some people have a mortgage to cover, and that's fine. But if you can afford to bring it down a little bit to make it a little bit more affordable for great tenants, then definitely do it.
And I mean, if you had said that 2 years ago, you would have gone, well, that's amazing. It's heaps of rent. Because a lot of those houses were at $350 then. But those probably went up to $500 or 480 or something, some of them, and Now they're coming back down a little bit over the last 12 months due to the affordability costs, but I think, it's good to know where that price point is active, because there's a lot of people who do, who are obviously sitting there waiting for houses to come up, and some of them you've been swamped with, so it's certainly not due to a lack of tenants wanting to move house, or that it's an affordability issue rather than anything.
So everything's increasing, so if they can, some people will go for a smaller property just to get cheaper rent.
Yes.
Like not everybody wants this huge property and is able to pay $500-600 a week. So good insight.
That is a good insight. So look, we'll see what happens over the next few weeks with that, but definitely shows that there's a lot of activity in that side of the market. So if you're a buyer looking to buy something, probably buying some of those cheaper properties, units and houses that are a little bit further out. Seems like the distance isn't affecting things anywhere near as much as what it was if the price point. So you might find the returns are better. Some of the buying something for $400,000 that's further out than buying something for $500,000 that's in closer, because the rent might not be as big of a gap as the difference in the mortgage payment sort of cost and everything by doing that. So
you're probably looking at more longevity with your tenants as well in that more affordable price bracket, like $500 a week. I mean, that's probably only going to go up as the tenants are there for longer and longer, and it's not going to be affordable forever. So longer lifespan out of your tenants as well, if you can afford to be in that price bracket.
Cool. All right, well, I think that's a bit of an activity update. Hopefully you don't all get blown away today. We've still got a bit of this rough weather coming this week, but hopefully the things clear up soon, as they tend to in October and November period. So it's certainly probably delayed a few properties coming to market in September that would have already been on market. So we'll expect to see some of those on in October and November now. Hopefully we'll see a lot of you out and about in the marketplace over the weeks ahead.